Welcome to Integration Nation. I'm your host, Dee Daniels, for Allison Sullivan's Integrative Health Team. And I believe we have two main questions to start this episode. What's that smell and how can it help me?
Yes. What in the world is that smell? And why do I like it so much?
Exactly.
Give me more.
Exactly. Aromatherapy is the subject for this episode. So many different things we could talk about with this. And I feel like this has got so many levels to it, and learning how to use aromatherapy and different oils, so important with getting yourself in any sort of capacity that you're trying to do self-care. You could really use this in so many different ways.
Yeah, I love aromatherapy because it's easy, it's super effective, and it's really safe. And so, what's not to love about it? I also love that it really is accessible to people, whatever your circumstances. You can start using aromatherapy immediately in your daily life and have immediate positive effects for your mental health.
I feel like sometimes if you're just starting to get into aromatherapy, it can be quite intimidating, because if you see people, I've seen people before with very large cases of 30, 40 different kinds.
Like my Wheel of Fortune here.
Like your Wheel of Fortune. I love that you call it that. That's fantastic. And you don't know where to start.
You absolutely don't know where to start. And I was super overwhelmed when I started investigating aromatherapy, and I made all of the classic mistakes that people make. I got grocery store oils, I got discount mart oils, didn't get the effects I was hoping for, so I convinced myself aromatherapy wasn't effective till I researched it more and found oils that are actually pure therapeutic grade oils. I choose to use doTERRA oils. I know there are other oils that claim to be pure and therapeutic. I just really feel safe using doTERRA because of the way they do test their oils, in addition to the way they source their oils. So after my research, I made a decision to go with that company for my oils, because those are the oils I would use on my family. So those are the oils I'm going to use in my practice.
What's the decision process? Like, what should we be looking for if we're shopping for?
Well,
if you're out and you see some and you say, okay.
Here's the thing about it. There is no regulatory board for oils. So labeling can really be anything, which is concerning. So I really don't recommend that people buy oils at the grocery store or a discount mart. You really need to do your research and find a reputable manufacturer, a reputable distributor. And what you want to be looking at is you want to look at how they are testing the oils to ensure that they are pure and therapeutic grade. If they don't delineate in their literature the way that they're testing the oils, I just wouldn't use it, because you can't guarantee the effectiveness of it.
I know you want to use some on me today, which is fantastic.
Yes.
And I'm a little nervous, but no, I do use a few myself.
How do you use them?
Well, I love peppermint. Peppermint is probably my go-to.
It's a great go-to.
It's something about it just kind of opens up my sinuses. It also helps relieve muscle pain for me.
Yes.
So those are two big things.
Yes.
I've had stress headaches before, tension kind of in the back of the head. Big help.
Yes. Great. Peppermint is great for all of that. So let's start in a basic way, like a basic primer for if you want to support your overall mental wellness, and you've got maybe $50 to do that in total. Then the two oils I'm going to recommend are doTERRA's Serenity blend. It's a restful blend. This is a supreme relaxation, calming blend. I diffuse it in my bedroom every night for sleep. So if you struggle with insomnia, which we all know is an epidemic in our country now, this is the blend for you. If you don't even have a diffuser, you can put this on the bottoms of your feet at night before you go to bed, and it really promotes a more restful sleep. Smell that and tell me what you think.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't it nice?
I love that. What is the blend?
It's got lavender, chamomile, ylang ylang, and a few other oils that are all grounding and relaxing in nature.
That's really nice.
And what I love about it is it's blended in such a way so that you get the best of several. So you don't have to have each of these individual oils. So in one bottle, you've got everything you need. You can also add a few drops of this into an Epsom salt bath to relax, help your body detox. Now this was my very first oil. Oh, it's called Balance. It's the very first oil.
Sweet memories.
Yes. Throwback that I ever got. And fun story about this. I had a client come in for a session in a panic attack.
Mid-panic attack.
Yeah, mid-panic attack. The panic attack was escalating as they came in for their session. And we used Balance immediately, aromatically. I had her put a few drops of Balance in her hand, rub it in, cup her hands over her nose and her mouth. Within a minute, she was good to go.
Wow.
And then we could process what had happened to trigger the panic attack. So, when I say safe and effective and immediate, I mean it. This is an incredible grounding blend. I could smell this all day long.
This one's called Balance, one of your 2 go-tos if
Yes.
you have $50 to spend on this.
$50, aren't interested really even in diffusing. Just 2 oils. I'm saying go with Serenity and Balance.
I feel like I used this one time. Now that I smell this, it's bringing back a memory. Isn't that funny?
Oh, well, there's all kinds of nerdy science about why it does that.
Isn't that
Yeah.
funny? I
Yeah.
feel like I'm literally having this memory right now. I feel like I used this the day before and the day of my sister's wedding. And I remember I was in charge of a lot of things and kind of stressed out, to say the least.
Yep.
And I used it a lot and had it like right up my nose just about
I'm sure.
as much as possible. And I feel like it really helped the anxiety.
It does. It absolutely does. So this has oils that are grounding in nature, like I said. So we have spruce, we have frankincense, we have blue tansy, all kinds of good stuff for grounding and centering. Now this, again, you can diffuse it if you have a diffuser. You can use the method I just illustrated by putting a few drops in your hand and cupping your hands over your nose and your mouth. You can also put a few drops in the back of your neck, on your wrists, the bottoms of your feet. And it's great anytime you have, let's say you have a big meeting at work, you're nervous about a presentation, anything that may be anxiety provoking, doing this, a few drops of this beforehand can help keep you centered and grounded. So, I mean, those are 2 really clear-cut ways you can start implementing aromatherapy in your life on a daily basis and really drastically increase your mental wellness.
I love it. And you've mentioned a couple of times now diffusing. Can you walk us through that process? Because what if you don't have a diffuser, number one, and number 2, you've never done it, you've never used one. Walk us through that.
Diffusers are super simple. You can get them online. You can get them in stores. doTERRA, of course, has several diffusers. You can also purchase, and it's so easy. You plug them in, you fill them with water, you put several drops of the oil in, turn it on, there you go. It safely diffuses the oil into the air.
And you can use it in a bedroom, in a whole house. It may be a couple for a whole house, I'm guessing.
Oh, yes. I actually think, let me count. 1. I have 4 in my house.
Wow. That's why I liked coming to your house.
Yes.
I think that
4 in my house. Yes.
made sense. And you use it in your office too here.
Yes.
So
yes. In fact, today I did a blend of grapefruit, lemongrass, and spearmint. Spearmint's similar to peppermint. It's a little milder. Lemongrass is another oil that really supports kind of a calming groundedness.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that nice? It's not as strong as straight up lemon. It's kind of, I always think about lemongrass like lemon with a vanilla wash.
Mm-hmm. It's got a warm realm to it.
Right. And grapefruit, which I have to say personally, of the citrus oils, I'm all about the grapefruit. This really helps people with body image issues.
Really?
Yes. So depending on my caseload, I'll look at what my caseload is for the day, and I'll pick the blend for the caseload.
Wow.
Yes.
Body image issues.
Yes. It's also great in a physical way if you want to support your metabolism. Isn't it great?
It is. And both with the grapefruit and the lemongrass, I guess I was, especially with lemongrass, I was a little afraid I was going to be hit with like a cleaning smell.
Yes, but not at all.
It's not at all like that.
Not at all. That's the other great thing about aromatherapy. There are several options that do the same thing essentially, or similar enough of an effect. So you really can pick whatever appeals to your sense of smell more.
You brought up grapefruit for body image issues. How would you use that in a session with someone who's dealing with that? In the session, afterwards?
Well, I would probably diffuse it.
Okay.
In addition to that, we could use it aromatically. Mm-hmm. If they were working through some body shame issues, some body image issues, we could do the same method of putting a few drops in their hand and having them rub it together and smell it. Before I do that, though, with clients, I make sure that they smell the oil first and they decide whether they like the oil or not. Because if it's not a pleasing smell to them,
it's not going to work.
It's going to interfere with the positive effect. You know, another point this just made me think of is, and this is another reason I love doTERRA. So they have this line that's a kit that's actually called Emotional Aromatherapy. Now they have this in both the regular oils that we have been passing back and forth here, but this I think is amazing in so many ways. These are the roller balls. So let me open the roller balls so you can see. And the wonderful thing about a roller ball is it's already diluted. Mm-hmm. So people can throw this in a travel bag. They can throw it in their car. They can keep it in their purse. They can use it on children because it's already diluted. You don't ever have to think about if it's too strong for your skin, if it's going to cause a reaction. That concern's been taken care of in the dilution process.
How do you know whether it's diluted or not? Are just the roll-ons diluted already?
The roller balls are always going to be diluted, and people can make their own roller balls. I make some of them too, but what that is diluted with is fractionated coconut oil. So what it does is it dilutes the potency of the oils because these are very strong, volatile compounds. So it dilutes it enough that it promotes maximum effectiveness without being an irritant to your skin.
You brought up safe for kids. That was on the list of things that I feel like a lot of people have questions about with aromatherapy. Can we use it on our kids? Is that something we should check with a doctor beforehand? What's the story with kids and aromatherapy?
I think it's a really great way to help kids manage their emotional life. You can diffuse safely with kids. There's no concern about diluting it because putting it in the water dilutes it. So diffusing it is always safe. It's great to, when you're trying to get your kids to sleep all night, now that school's back in session, that's a real concern for families. And we know that sleep is one of the number one things you can do for mental health and wellness to get a good night's sleep. So diffusing Serenity in your child's bedroom is a great way to promote restful sleep. If you want to use it topically on your children, then I'm going to suggest starting off with roller balls because you don't have to think about that at all. If you already have some oils and you don't want to get the roller balls, then you really want to look into a safe dilution because it's a different formula for each oil.
It seems like, especially you brought up school and sleep for kids and things of that nature, kids with anxiety, a real issue these days, I feel like. Too much on the plate, not getting enough sleep, not eating the right way, and going back to school and changing up the summer routine. So how a child with anxiety issues, this almost seems like the perfect natural way to really deal with that.
It really is because it's 100% safe. It's really effective. And because we are so smell oriented in general, kids love it. It's not something that they're going to be averse to.
It's not like drinking the medicine, like the cough syrup and being
that.
like, gross,
yes.
I'm going to gag.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
It's not hiding the pill in the piece of cheese. It's not doing any of that. So kids love it. Another roller ball I have here that's great for kids is just a straight up lavender roller ball. Lavender is in the Serenity restful blend, and it's got calming properties. It's got relaxation properties. So that's a great one to use for kids in general.
And maybe just right before bed, or an hour or two before bed, start diffusing that in the bedroom, maybe?
Yep. If you have a bedtime routine that includes like bath, stories, somewhere in that, putting a few rolls of lavender oil on their feet or diffusing it in their bedroom, it's a great way to support them getting a good night's sleep.
Back to adults using aromatherapy. Can you use this? Should you use this? What's your opinion with other traditional medicine and medical treatments?
Yes, you can. And in fact, there's research now, especially with lavender. There's several research studies that show the effectiveness of using lavender to help with stress management. There's some ERs across the country now that actually diffuse lavender.
Really?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
I've always thought in a situation like that, shouldn't we be doing this a different way in an ER? Like somehow to make it more calming or something.
Yes.
Because it's some of the most traumatic times of your life in an ER.
Absolutely. There's been some studies done, people who have experienced trauma on a college campus using lavender. So yes, it is gaining traction within conventional medicine.
That's awesome.
The most controversial way that people interact with aromatherapy is internally. There are so many oils that you can use safely internally, but I get it. It freaks people out because it seems like a really weird thing to do. But if you think about it, in this introductory pack of oil that we have here, one of the prime oils is lemon. Well, we eat lemons.
Right.
So there are many oils that are actually safe to use internally that also promote our physical and mental health.
That would be something you should probably...
That's something you really want to work with a practitioner or a distributor of doTERRA who knows a lot about aromatherapy, maybe certified in aromatherapy. You want to work with them to figure out how to use the oils internally. But there's a large variety of oils that you can use internally safely. In fact, sometimes it freaks people out. You can use frankincense internally.
Really?
Yes. Yes. And it's great for cellular regeneration.
Wow. I feel like I may have heard someone using frankincense like for a toothache or something.
Absolutely.
Of that nature.
Yes, rubbing it along your jawline or directly
even
on the
right
gum.
on the gum.
Yes. So we started out with a really basic oil primer. If you wanted to go next level oils, doTERRA has got a great oil called copaiba. I started pronouncing it wrong when I first got it. I started calling it copaiba. But that's not how you pronounce it. So that's another oil that you can use topically, aromatically, or internally. Now,
why is it next level? Why do you call it that?
It's next level because it works on, are you ready for this word?
Yes.
It works on your endocannabinoid system.
Wow.
Right.
That was a big word.
So everybody knows, it's all over the news, the benefits of CBD oil.
Yes.
So that is related to your endocannabinoid system. And copaiba is an oil that actually works on your CB receptors, similarly to CBD oil.
Okay.
Now, just so people understand, this in no way is related to cannabis. You're not going to test positive on a drug test if you use copaiba. But the incredible thing about this oil is that it has such relaxation properties. It also has a lot of value in cellular regeneration, helping cardiovascular health. So a lot of people use that if they're really have integrated aromatherapy into their healthcare routine by putting a drop or two under their tongue daily.
Wow. So you're really, I mean, on a very simple level, you're really encouraging your body to heal itself in a lot of ways.
Yes, and you're supporting its natural desire to heal and be in balance with a natural, safe product.
Have you ever used these oils as part of a yoga practice or?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So I use daily, I use copaiba, frankincense, the Serenity blend. I use some essential oil supplements. I use blends of the emotional aromatherapy, especially when I'm doing yoga.
Mm-hmm.
I put them topically on my feet
Mm-hmm.
because, and a lot of these oils, when you hear people suggest putting them on your feet, it's because that's where our largest pores are.
Right.
So your body can soak in the oil really quickly.
I've heard bottom of the feet and back of the neck
Yes.
really kind of hot spots for that.
Yes.
And the wrist.
Yes.
I find, especially with the tension headaches that I've had in the past, when I'm doing peppermint oil right at the back of the neck,
Yes.
seems to go straight in quicker. It seems to I seem to have a reaction to that quicker.
Of course. Well, if you think about that, it's right at the base of your brain.
Mm-hmm. And it relaxes everything pretty quickly for me.
Yes.
So it's amazing to me. That's one of the things I've been so excited to learn with aromatherapy, how quickly, how immediate it can be, especially, like you said, in the middle of an anxiety attack, in the middle of a panic attack.
Yes, it can stop a panic attack in seconds. It can promote sleep in minutes. I think, I'm not sure this is a completely accurate quote, but I think I read something recently where within 20 minutes, essential oils can impact every cell in your body.
20 minutes. Wow.
20 minutes.
Wow.
Yes.
When my sister had a baby a couple of years ago, I remember she started to use the diffuser in the bedroom with him. And it, I think, made all the difference in the world. It would calm him very quickly.
Absolutely. That's another benefit of the roller balls, because you can make blends that are really specific for temper tantrums and self-soothing, and just put them on your child's foot right away as you're parenting them and helping them learn how to soothe, and it supports the whole process.
If you are interested in learning more about this, should you get a book on essential oils? There's a lot of information out there. I think you have to be careful with where you get the information and what you're looking for as far as making your own blends and things of that nature.
Yes, I think a good starting point is on our website at Allison'sIntegrativeHealth.org. If people go to the products and downloads page, there's an aromatherapy section, and they can click on the link there. It takes them to doTERRA's page where they can learn about all of the single oils we've talked about today. They can learn about all the oil blends. There is specific literature on that website about how the oils are sourced, how the oils are tested, so people can get answers to all of their questions about the efficacy of the oils and how to use the oils.
This is such a great way to support your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health. I know there's so many different things out there regarding what you can get and what you can put together and what you can use, but so worth it to educate yourself a little bit on that.
Yes, and the great thing about aromatherapy is you can start right away, and you can continue to build your knowledge and continue to learn how to integrate these oils more and more in your healthcare on a daily basis, but you don't have to acquire a ton of knowledge before you start using them effectively, which is, I think, so powerful for people. You can go get a couple of oils and start using them tomorrow with immediate results. Because even if one grounding blend you don't particularly like, there's 5 or 6 other ones that you can use that do similar things. I have this sheet here I was going to show you that lists all kinds of oils for different emotions. So let's say just in general you're dealing with grief. There's a usage for lavender for grief, for bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, wintergreen. All of those oils are going to help you with your grief in some way. Worry, we have lavender, ylang ylang, orange, frankincense, clary sage, rosemary. So if one doesn't seem to resonate with you, you can gravitate towards one that does.
What do you say to people who are on the fence about, should I get into this? Should I start it? Should I try it?
I say so many things. So in a nutshell, here's the thing. These are natural oils. They're not synthetic. At least doTERRA oils are. And that's really key.
Yeah.
So these are natural occurring oil in nature that have these restorative, supportive properties for our health. It makes such good sense to begin to implement them in a way that works for you. When we think about so many of the other ways we ingest things or drink things or smell things in our daily life, that we don't know everything that's in them.
Right.
And it has synthetic elements to it. But we're doing that on a daily basis.
Yes.
So there's really zero risk in incorporating aromatherapy into your daily health care with so much to gain. That's why I love it, because there's so much about mental health that seems gray, that seems complicated, that seems uncertain, that seems really unpredictable. Aromatherapy is a really consistent, effective support. Any way you use it, it's going to be helpful.
What do you say when people ask you, okay, does it really work?
Absolutely.
You've seen it firsthand.
Absolutely. I use it with my clients on a daily basis. Not only do I use it in my own life, I use it with my family, and I use it with my clients. I have never had a client say to me, nah, you know what? That just doesn't really work. I've never heard one say it. Now, I have heard clients say, well, I'm not sure about this oil. Do you have another one? I'll let them smell another one, and they'll say, oh, I really like that one. Can I get a sample of that? Then they'll try it, and they'll say, you know what? It really worked. I'd like to get more.
Allison's integrativehealth.org.
Products and downloads in the aromatherapy section is right there.
What's that smell? Whatever the smell is, I like it. We've got
it smells pretty darn good in here right now.
An array of smells right now.
Yes, we do.
I love it. Allison's integrativehealth.org. Allison Sullivan and Associates Integrative Mental Health Team is located in beautiful, historic downtown Fredericksburg, Virginia, and at allisonsintegrativehealth.org. New and exciting workshops are available to you that will give you personal attention to meet your needs right where you are on your journey. Sign up for our newsletter to be the first to know when registration opens for workshops like Aromatherapy 101. Here's how you can discover to use aromatherapy to support your health. Did you know that a blend of frankincense, peppermint, and lemongrass supports wisdom, optimism, and it will help you release unhealthy attachments? This is where you can learn how to support your mental, emotional, and physical health with the Essential Oils workshops available to you monthly for no charge. Come meet the team. Schedule your session today for psychotherapy, hypnotherapy, yoga, and massage, and begin restoring yourself in mind, body, and spirit. If you'd like to call, the number is 540-907-0991 and online at allisonsintegrativehealth.org. As Allison always says, self-care will save your life. Let go and lean in.